Jack, tell us a little bit about in terms of first half. I mean, you guys are, some things are working for you. Just you feel comfortable overall in what you expected in terms of what they were throwing at you defensively?
Yeah, all the reads that coaches said were going to be there were there. Just penalties hurt us in the first half. Back on 200 yards of offense.
Both Jack and Chichi, after that fumble at the beginning of the second half, it's 24-21. Is there any panic that kind of set in, and kind of what kind of happened after that really kind of?
Obviously, we know that we put up points. We don't like to see turnovers happen. So it's unfortunate for that to happen, but we knew we can bounce back, and we surely did. And that's something we talk about in practice. We can't go on the negative plays. You got to move on and go on to the next play. So we did as an offense, and we were just rolling through in the second half and just kept it throughout the whole game.
How much did the ground game take pressure off of you? I mean, Chichi and Haas and Paul Preston were your two pretty good guards.
Yeah, they were running great. When they were running like that, it'll open up passing lanes. Linebackers will creep up, so not less. A lot of nice windows.
How about your offensive line? Obviously, there's a lot of experienced guys coming back. Seemed like they really gelled today and created some holes and had a pretty nice pocket for Jack for the whole game. Was it one of their better performances in your eyes?
I think we played a complete game from the first snap to the last snap. The whole line was in sync together. Everybody knew they had to do their assignment. They were 111th. Just make sure you take care of your assignment and not worry about anyone else. And we did that today. And it showed because we made plays. We could run on third downs, moving the ball up and down the field. So when everyone came and everyone comes and does their job, we're a really explosive offense.
Chichi, I think it's just the job that Jack has done these last 2 weeks. The true freshman coming in and kind of a tough spot and kind of really leading the offense.
I think he's done a great job. Being a true freshman, being thrown in there, especially his first game. It was raining. He did a great job throwing the ball around that game. In this game with good weather, he really showed that he could throw the ball and take care of our offense. I think he's grown tremendously. Takes pressure off us as a running back too, because you got to respect him. We can throw the ball deep to our receivers, so that just helps us as the running backs open up holes with play action. I think that we're all in sync together now, and all working as one.
Jack, can you talk about your improvement from last week to this week? Were things a little bit easier? Did the game slow down at all? Or are you still kind of getting used to everything?
I feel like I'm used to everything by now. I'm just trying to keep making my right reads, going to the right balls, making plays.
Jack, talk a little bit in the pocket. We were talking up in the press box. Your poise, your patience in the pocket to let the receivers break open and make their cuts and get some separation. Just one of those things that you feel comfortable in there. You have an internal clock that tells you, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Or talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think our line did a great job just keeping that pocket there for me. And if I don't see anything open, I'll escape and try to make a play downfield.
Jack, it seemed like every time you guys had penalties, you made a play downfield that really helped the offense be able to score. So what was that like to be able to convert on those penalties?
We're making those penalties, but then if you make those penalties, you just gotta move on to the next play. Just keep going. You can't stop.
Mr. Gerts, what's going through your mind as you're watching the offense a little bit? So some young guys on here, Chichi, you're not the youngest, but I mean, it's like you got Koss scoring 4 touchdowns, you got Jack throwing touchdowns. What's going through your mind as you're watching this offense?
I wish we had a little bit more break on the sideline, honestly. No, that's a huge relief to have that kind of power in your offense. And even if they don't convert, I mean, I don't know how many times they didn't score on drives today, but tilting the field, I mean, it's always nice to start in the opponent's territory on defense, so that's definitely huge.
Talk about your defense too. You guys were definitely made some adjustments and aggressive, and they made some key hits and kind of had them on their heels in the second half. What was the difference defensively as you guys for a unit?
Yeah, I think they were just looking to kind of climb to us, especially inside linebackers. Just kind of cut us down. And I mean, we just had to play more physical, play off the cuts, make the right reads, especially make sure that on one side of the ball that our end, the inside and the outside are on the same page as far as calls go to contain that zone read. I think it's just we just sharpened up on our mechanics, and we caught up to it that second half.
You had some nice hits in that second half in the pick. Did you kind of see an opening for you to make a few plays, or is that kind of a design to?
No, I mean that's just the beauty of this defense. It allows the inside linebackers to kind of play with the flow, and then if we see some, we could make that play. So it's just instinct, and I just went for it. So.
I know you're kind of talking about it before the press conference started, but did you think you had a TD on that pick six?
Yeah, I checked the sideline, saw no one there. I looked back, saw about 5 purple shirts, and I thought I was gonna roll, but I don't know. Came out of nowhere. First time I've ever been tackled since high school, so I'm just glad I held on to the ball personally.
Gotta make somebody miss. Especially if they call their fun about.
See that guy. Chichi, you know, you and Ryan been around in terms of, talk about what this means. I mean, you guys, you know, you struggled. I mean, you can talk about, yeah, we should have done this against Bemidji and should have done that, had St. Cloud play better, but the bottom line is you were 0-2 and you needed to win today. Tell what this means, not only you won, but how you won.
I think we really put on to let the whole conference know that even though we had a bad start to the season, the first 2 games, that, you know, we're still around. You know, our offense is still great, our defense can make plays, and when we play together, this is what can happen. So I think we just letting everyone else know in the conference that, you know, if we got our things together, everyone's playing well, that we can be a dangerous team. And I think we really want to try to make that run to the playoff again this year. You know, building out from last year with the Millerado game, and starting the season, we had our ups and downs, but I think everyone settled down, and it was a sense of urgency that we had to come together. And I think today we proved that, you know, adversity happens, but I think we fought through it today and came out victorious.
Yeah, I think we just truly played like a team, pushed up against the wall. I mean, you don't want to go up against a dog pushing in a corner. So I mean, that's how it's going to be the entire year. I mean, 2 losses in this league, it's you just got to win out. It's the end of the line right there.
Jack, how much on some of these throws that you're making, you know, especially over the middle deep, do you just trust that either Josh or Cameron is going to be able to go up and get it? It seemed like some of those there wasn't much of an opening, and you either just kind of snuck it in there or just kind of guessed at the.
Yeah, some of those I shouldn't have thrown, but I just snuck it in there. I trust Josh and Cam a lot. They can jump, they can get up. So, you know, if it's open, I'll throw it. But even if it's a tight window, I'll try to throw it sometimes.
Yeah, we knew it could happen. It was a matter of time. I'm glad it happened now. And we didn't have to wait another week, but we have a good football team. We're not a great football team yet. We played undisciplined today, and there's a lot of things we can continue to work on. But you saw our football team today, and I'm really proud of our guys that we fought through a lot. In the last couple weeks, there's a lot of pressure on this team, and that's exactly what we want. I mean, we want to be pressured. We want to be one of the top teams. We want that. But at the same time, when it's not going right, or you lose a couple close ones, and then start out with, you know, 7 penalties we had right away. I mean, it was like a laundry service going on. So we were behind we kept getting behind, getting in our own way, getting behind the 8 ball basically, and we fought through that too. And the team is pretty special. There's never any doubts. There's never any questions. There never, you know, any, you know, guys whining. It was just, let's just keep grinding, and we did. So I'm proud of that.
This is the first chance for a lot of the fans to see Jack, what he's able to do. Is this what you've been seeing in practice all along, or did even today kind of shock you a little bit?
No, that's what we see every day. He's pretty darn good, and you know, he's a kid that got thrown in the fire, and you know, he gets his first start in a torrential downpour for 3 hours, and so it's fun to see him, you know, with the sun out and running. And our offensive line really did play well. He had lots of time. They had pretty good coverage, so he had to find a couple, 2-3 reads down and scramble out a couple times, and he saw how good he was. I mean, just cool and calm, and it's a much higher level than I anticipated as a redshirt or as a true freshman. But he surprises us a little bit more each day.
Can you compare him to any other freshman quarterback you've had? Have you ever had a true freshman QB like this?
No, we just haven't had one. You know, our program's built around redshirting them, and probably the last kid that he reminds me of, many people would recognize, was Brian Roble, a kid that came out of DeSoto High School and came in here, and he was a tremendous quarterback, obviously, and I mean, he went all the way to the pros, so I don't know what'll happen with Jack, but same style, same kind of kid. That's a kid that, you know, people in this area remember.
Does he have that kind of poise too in the pocket?
He does. Well, he would know more. He's in the huddle all the time with him, but he never gets too high, never gets on himself. He's just.
Was Roble like that too?
Roble was like that too. Yeah, they're a little bit different styles, but he was like that. Brian was that way. He was very smart too. He'd go up there and check what you see it, you check out of it, and you move forward and get back and wing it. And so both those guys.
Yeah, Alan, how's Jack in the huddle, especially, you know, early in that second half after the fumble kind of led them to get within 3?
Yeah, he's just cool, calm, and collective. I mean, if you're out there, you would never know that he's a
true freshman just because he goes out there and he makes the plays that he needs to do and he's doing everything right.
So he has the respect of everybody on the team?
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
Alan, how do you're talking about adversity as a team, a lot of the injuries and the 2 defeats to start. You had a little adversity today with the fumble on the punt, and you seemed to obviously overcame that play very well. Was that a motivating factor in kind of stepping up your performance?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I never want to turn the ball over, and I just had to clear my head and go out and make more plays and make up for it. I just want to try to get the offense, the best field position as possible, and obviously just want to move the ball, and that was not me, so I just went out there and had to make more plays.
You guys started out on the offense just right about the 30-yard line every time at least or farther. What helped that obviously helps with the offense to drive and get those touchdowns. So, what are your thoughts on just getting the key positions from the field?
Well, obviously, the closer you are, the easier it is to score. So, I mean, again, we're just trying to get the offense as close to the end zone as we can. So, I mean, if it starts from the 30, that's good. But we, just want to go out there and make as many plays as we can, and we did that today.
But you want the fact that you don't have your starting quarterback, you don't have what's going to probably be your starting running back, one of the key players in the league, and you still have 639 yards offense today. And how good can these guys get if they're doing that now?
Well, I sure think they would get better. The older they get, I mean, our old guys are young. Allen's only a sophomore. Josh Mikas is only a sophomore, so even the old guys are young. And our running backs, Chichi's the only senior out of the group now. But when kids go down there that good and that big of your program, it's just an opportunity for the next kid. And our kids have really embraced that. It's the way our program's built. One guy's out, and the other guys, we expect the same production from the next kid in. And even like Allen, he made a mistake today and fumbled the football. I said to him, make it up, we'll take the next one to the house. I mean, we have high expectations of our guys. You can't look back, and you make a mistake, go back and play.
Obviously, Jordan has kind of established himself as the red zone running back, and 6 carries, 4 touchdowns.
Maybe we should give it to him more often.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for him. It's our power package, and he's our toughest inside runner. When you look at Chichi and Paul, it's pretty easy to see just by size and strength that way. But he's really embraced that role. He's gotten, from the first game, we kind of missed 1 first down in the first game where he didn't get it on third or fourth and one? 4th and 1, he didn't get it. When that kid goes on the field now, he's going to get that for us in most opportunities. So yeah, he's embraced that role, and I was happy for him even at the end where he got, wasn't just inside the 5, where he actually really made a nice read on his own and took it out the door and got in the end zone.
Is he the most sure-handed back that you have, or is it just more the power that you're going for there?
Sure-handed, they're all pretty good. Yeah, he's got really good ball skills if you're looking at it that way. We throw it and catch it and run it and that kind of stuff.
But it's more of the power.
Anthony Resnick, the kid, he's a little bit hurt right now, but Anthony Resnick's really probably our best, athletic kid in that running back group.
Did you put out any kind of challenge to your offensive line? I mean, they played well at St. Cloud, but it seemed like they were very aggressive.
Yeah, producer, you're going to get fired. No, there's 3 seniors there that have been playing for 3 straight years, or 4 years in Jake's case and Lila's case. I mean, that's a proud group. You don't have to say a whole lot to those guys. When we're not running the football, like in the first couple of games, they know exactly where that goes. So I don't really have to say a whole lot to them. They're harder on themselves than I could ever be, and they take a lot of pride in that. So today took a lot of pressure off those guys too, and they were having a little more fun today.